Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching the Today I Found Out YouTube channel, and in the video today we're looking at that time someone used a credit card to buy a $170 million painting. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, there was a legend that was passed around speaking of a special credit card only issued by American Express to people with more zeros on their bank account balance than a half-eaten bowl of Cheerios. This was, of course, not true, or at least it wasn't until 1999 when American Express decided to make the card a reality. To quote a director for the company, Doug Smith, "There had been rumors going around that we had this ultra-exclusive black card for elite customers. It wasn't true, but we decided to capitalize on the idea anyway. Dubbed the Centurion Card, this card is functionally identical to an American Express Platinum card with a few added benefits exclusive to Amex's most affluent customers. We won't bore you with some of the more mundane benefits of being rich enough to have a platinum card, like hotel upgrades and having most transaction fees waived, because there's a much more interesting benefit to talk about: the 24-hour concierge service. So yes, the Platinum customers have unlimited, round-the-clock access to a number they can call for help doing just about anything. While on paper the service is supposed to be used for things like booking hotels or finding restaurants in a city that one is not familiar with, if the individual is a little more, shall we say, creative, the service is essentially a 24-hour personal assistant. For example, consider the story of internet prankster John Hargrave, who once tried to push the limits of a similar service offered by his Visa signature Chase card. Hargrave found that his concierge service was happy to help him do everything from book a trip to space to help him with a crossword puzzle that he was stuck on. However, after asking a representative if there was something they wouldn't do, he discovered it was against Chase's policy to use the service to run personal errands, plan a wedding, or help arrange a visit to a child prostitute. The company did, however, admit that they'd be more than happy to help a customer make an appointment for a rendezvous at the Bunny Ranch, a legal brothel in Nevada, if a customer so desired. Now keep in mind, this is the level of service offered by a regular credit card a person with an average income could afford, so imagine the kind of things a billionaire with an Uber-exclusive card only granted to the upper echelons of society could get if they asked. If your imagination isn't that great, when an Amex executive was asked about the most outlandish requests the company has fulfilled, he noted that they were once asked to deliver a handful of sand from the Dead Sea to London. The company did this by sending an international courier to the shores of the Dead Sea on a motorcycle. The courier then posted the sand to the customer. Apparently, the sand was to be used in a school project. In another case, the cardholder wanted to appear on a soap opera but wasn't sure how to make that happen. The Amex representative managed to get the woman an audition for a role in such a show. Yet another bizarre request was from someone wanting Amex to find the horse ridden by Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves. They were not only able to track this down for the customer, with the horse residing in Mexico, but were also able to arrange for purchase of the animal and then have it transported to Europe where the customer lived. In addition to a more tailored, dedicated concierge service, the Centurion Card comes with a personal travel agent, automatic access to a number of high-end clubs for rich people, and personal shoppers for the most exclusive stores in the world. The card also grants extensive travel-related benefits, such as free travel insurance, access to exclusive airport lounges, and first-class upgrades on flights with certain airlines. This all might get you wondering, how exactly do you get your hands on such a card, and what are the specific requirements? Well, nobody outside the company actually knows. You see, it's invitation only, and American Express has never released any official information about what criteria they use to decide who is eligible. That said, the rumor mill has it that if you really want an invitation for a Centurion card, there are 3 basic criteria that you need to fill. Number 1 is you need to already be an American Express Platinum card holder. Number 2, you need to have used that card for at least a year. Number 3, you need to spend on average between $250,000 and $500,000 each year on that card. As for your overall wealth, well, there's currently no consensus on how wealthy you need to be eligible for the card, though a commonly quoted annual income is about $1.3 million minimum. Now, that being said, there are reportedly Centurion card holders who merely make mid-6-figure salaries, so perhaps they use a flexible or weighted requirement system, presumably including net worth and credit score, rather than a more rigid one, mostly based on income and spending habits. What is more definitively known is that once offered the card, you usually have to pay a joining fee plus a rather hefty annual fee. While it varies from country to country, for reference, in the United States it's a $7,500 joining fee with a further annual charge of $2,500 a year for each cardholder. While this is amazingly expensive, if one does travel a lot, the perks of the card, including that virtual personal assistant, can very easily make it worthwhile. So what can the lucky few who own a Centurion card buy with it? Well, to put it simply, anything they damn well want. According to American Express executives, the card's limit is effectively infinite and only bound by the holder's individual wealth. To this end, the card's actual limit is decided by a comprehensive analysis of the holder's spending habits and net worth. And as for the most extravagant thing ever purchased using one, that is probably the Amedeo Modigliani painting reclining nude, which was purchased by Chinese billionaire Liu Yiquan in 2015, the total cost being $170 million. And yes, he put it on his card. This was actually the second time he'd used his card for such an expensive object around this time, previously paying $36 million for a teacup that dated back to the Ming Dynasty. As if being able to pay for a $170 million painting, among many other large purchases, with an Amex wasn't ridiculous enough, Yiquan has also earned perhaps the most charge card reward points of anyone in history, with his wife noting they have enough points to fly the family in luxury for free for the rest of their lives. However, apparently one can also use the points to buy luxury items such as a 26-carat diamond bracelet that goes for a mere 33 million reward points. Of course, the points weren't the only reason he put the painting and other such expensive items on his charge card instead of paying cash. You see, China has restrictions on how much money an individual can transfer out of the country per year at around the equivalent of $50,000. Needless to say, for a billionaire with expensive tastes, this is extremely restricting when wanting to buy something out of the country. By using the card, it circumvents the restriction completely, as his card was issued through the Bank of China. So essentially he's paying them back, not sending money out of the country himself. If you're wondering if there's anything special about the card itself, well, you should note that it is made out of anodized titanium rather than plastic, which makes it particularly heavy. So I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please do hit that like button below, and don't forget to subscribe for brand new videos just like this every day of the week. Also over there on the right, a couple of other videos that you might enjoy if you enjoyed this one. Also, if you did enjoy this video, I'd really recommend that you go check out a channel called Fact Fiend. It's by a guy called Carl Smallwood, who actually wrote the script for this video. And Carl was saying that he actually had a chance to handle one of these Centurion cards at a place where he used to work, and he said it was amazingly heavy, and then that's why it was written in the article like that. For more stuff like that from Carl, definitely check out his channel Fact Fiend. There will be a link in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching.